There has been a breakthrough on the issue of vaccine patents. The U.S. has announced it now supports a proposal to waive intellectual property protections to help boost global vaccine supply. Our Washington Bureau Chief Jackson Proskow is following this. Jackson, what prompted the U.S. to announce this now, and what does it mean?
Well, Donna, rich nations like the U.S. have faced pressure to do this for a while now. And so today, the Biden administration relented to the pleas coming from more than 100 other countries, saying it supports a World Trade Organization effort to waive these patent protections on COVID vaccines. Now, the goal here is to allow nations to produce more vaccine using the formulas and manufacturing techniques that have already been developed by pharmaceutical companies. The U.S. Trade Representative says that the extraordinary circumstances of the pandemic call for such extraordinary measures. Now, Canada has previously been accused of being too slow to act on this issue. Today, Trade Minister Mary Ng tweeted that Canada actively supports the WTO efforts to accelerate global vaccine production and distribution. Donna?
Jackson, what will this mean in practical terms to the many poorer countries who have vaccinated very few or, in some cases, none of their people and can't afford to build their own vaccine production facilities?
Well, right now, no big difference. You know, these WTO negotiations could take weeks or months, and even if they are successful, it is questionable as to whether developing nations could suddenly start manufacturing these highly complex vaccines. There are actually plants right here in the U.S. that are even struggling with this right now.
By the time you then get set up to get the technology transferred, you may be going into the end of 2022, the beginning of 2023, at which point a lot of people will have died.
And of course, Canadians wondering if this would help the situation in Canada. Members of Canada's vaccine task force say that technology transfer is such a slow and complicated process that waiving the patents would not have improved Canada's supply this year or even next year. In short, it may help in the very long term. It does nothing for the immediate goal of vaccinating as many people around the world as quickly as possible. Donna?
Okay, Jackson Proskow in Washington, thanks.